What's up YouTube? Welcome to JDM Right Hand Drive. My name is Josh and we are finally going to be working on the RB26 and installing the Nismo oil separator that I've been having on order since September. So it took about 6 months to get here. Once it got here, I had it powder coated black and we're going to finally install it. And I've went ahead and removed the hood off the car today to have a little bit better lighting because we're going to be working primarily back in this corner. And I've been kind of tight with the hood on there and no light. I've already gone ahead and removed the downpipe. Sorry for my cough, I'm still getting over COVID and I'm having trouble talking. And I run out of energy when I'm working out in the garage pretty quick, so I'm still not 100%, but I'm feeling good enough to be out here at least. So we're gonna go ahead and start with removing this upper plumbing. And the blow-by hose that goes into the intake, we'll take that out, and then we can start with plumbing in our T and our new vacuum lines, get the bracketing and stuff in, and then mount the canister to the bracketing, and we'll get underneath. This is going to attach to an oil drain line and tie the whole system together. And the one thing I didn't think about earlier, see how these clamps are black? I didn't realize that these were all unfinished, so I might powder coat those later, and I'll just put all these hosing on to start. I want everything to match, and I think those other hose clamps are going to stand out in the engine bay. And the cool thing about Nismo, anytime you buy one of the Nismo products, you get this certificate of authenticity from Japan. It's got the contact information there for them if you want to call them, and that's their address. This is the model number, oil separator, Nismo. And I was reading this earlier, and it even comes with a warranty, but it is valid only in Japan. That doesn't help me very much here in the US, but let's take a quick look at the instructions. These are all in Japanese. Only thing I can read here is Nismo, and the fact that this is designed for the R32 GTR. So this page doesn't really do us any good. This is all the parts I already showed you, come in the box. And this is the installation instructions, so it gives you 10 steps. First step is to remove the oil drain line on the rear turbo. Looks like that's installing the T, taking off the PVC blow-by hose, removing the lines, attaching the bracket. So that's the T part. So this kind of reminds me of is looking at a Playboy as a teenage boy. You can't read anything and all you can do is look at the pictures. But a little bit of Nissan history. Nismo stands for Nissan Motorsports International. So it was founded in September 1984 in Omari, Tokyo, Japan. According to Google, there was two companies that merged to become Nismo, and that was Apama Works and Omari Works. And these two companies merged to specialize in sports car racing in the Japanese domestic F3 series. While I'm out here doing some Nismo part installs on the car, why not wear my Nismo hat as well as my Nismo sweatshirt to make it official. But anyway, let's start with the lines up top. We'll get those all removed, get the bracketing installed to get underneath to the plumbing, and let's get this job done. It shouldn't take too long. I thought this was kind of cool. I don't know if you guys can pick this up, but under the lighting in the garage with the hood off, you can see that the powder coat even has a little bit of a sparkle to it, which I think is kind of cool. I don't know if the camera is going to pick that up, but it's kind of cool. Sparkle in the powder coat finish here as well as on the intake manifold. Both have that little bit of a sparkle. So it kind of glistens under the light. I think it's kind of cool. If you guys want to see the oil separator in its raw form, I did an unboxing video. I'll have a link in the upper right of the screen. And I also have a video on the remade in USA, before and after with that being installed, as well as the valve covers. Powder coating was done at Premier Powder Coating and Sandblasting in Puyallup. I'll have a link in the description down below. If you guys are local in this area and you're looking for pretty good pricing, these guys do a good job. They did this whole kit, plus my Cusco master cylinder brake brace kit. They did everything, including the sandblasting, powder coating, for $100, which I thought was pretty reasonable. Actually, the next day for me, you can notice my hair is a little shorter. I cut it yesterday, but I wasn't feeling well after doing the removal of the downpipe and taking the hood off. I started kind of sweating yesterday and like uncontrollably coughing, so I figured it was my body telling me, hey, it's time to go in and lay down on the couch. I just went in and watched a bunch of TV and stuff yesterday. So let's get back to the project. I need to get this video finished for you guys so I can upload it to my channel. And that's been the nice thing with having COVID, is being at home on quarantine. I'm producing more content with all this time off than I've ever been able to produce while I'm working. Usually I can only output one video a week, and I'm pretty much uploading a video every other day, if not every single day right now. So yeah, so pretty exciting. There's the downpipe, and I went ahead and ordered some new exhaust wrap. This is just cheap fiberglass wrap. Got some good DEI titanium wrap. I guess this is made out of crushed lava rock, so it's supposed to hold up a lot better than fiberglass. Didn't come with the zip ties, the stainless steel zip ties, so I had to order those. And we'll do a different video on how to install that on the downpipe, I think. Go ahead and get the center piping off here. The breather tubes, breather hoses. And get this one off as well. We can start plumbing that T. Love my new shop lights. Look at all the light I have in the engine bay. It's so nice. But so there's a couple of 10mm bolts on the power steering reservoir bracket that you need to remove. And then we can go ahead and attach the main bracket, and we're going to mount the oil separator holding bracket is going to go here. So yeah, it comes with the hardware in the box. Let's slip those in, and then we'll start plumbing the blow-by hoses. All right, I've got the little tape applied on there. Should keep this from getting scratched and kind of hold everything a little bit better into position there. I had English instructions because it would really take the guesswork out, but you guys can see I do have the bracket just kind of mock fitted here, and you can kind of see how this is going to sit in here. It's pretty tight within the master cylinder brake, or with the ABS brake unit, and it's pretty close to the charge pipe here. Oops. But you can see you're going to be reusing the factory breather hose that was on the car, and we're going to cut out a 20mm section here. We're going to put on this adapter, so the whole unit's going to fit like that. So I'm going to cut that out, and then we'll get this on. I'm going to actually pull this back up and out because the drain line you can't really get to from up here, so you're going to want to attach the drain hose to the catch can before you drop it into the spot. I wanted to thank all the new subscribers. I recently broke 2K on the channel, so thank you very much, guys. It means a lot to me. That was a big milestone for me to pass, so I'm very freaking excited. Thank you very much. And the next goal is going to be 5,000, so that's going to probably take a while, but we'll scale. I'm going to keep producing lots of content. Hopefully you guys enjoy this type of stuff, and let's get back to the video. All these other hose clamp fittings into the powder coater, and I'm going to have them powder coated black to match these fittings here, because this is going to look really ugly in the engine bay, having these all sitting on all these different connection points where they don't match. I like the fact that it's an OEM Nissan Nismo design. It fits like stock, it looks stock, it matches the engine bay, it doesn't take away from any of the powder coating or the valve covers or any of this stuff. Let me know what you guys think. If you like the Nismo oil separator, you like the way it all sets up and plumbs through, give the video a thumbs up. It definitely helps the channel, and I'd really appreciate it. This is a good look at the oil separator and kind of the orientation that it's going to need to sit with the bracket as it goes into the car. And then this is the height that I have it at that seems like it's going to match up really well with where it needs to be. And then as far as the oil drain outlet that comes out of it, this is going to be really close to the exhaust and like the turbos on the hot side, and we don't want it to melt. So the instructions manual show that we're going to wrap this using this heat wrap and some zip ties. So let's get that all tied in. So the heat wrap looks roughly something like that, and I'm going to probably go to the store. I don't like the idea that I'm going to have plastic zip ties holding this on so close to the hot exhaust where these can become worn, brittle, and break and fall off later. So I'm going to go with some stainless steel zip ties. Guys, my son is back from AutoZone. Alright, so I'm all done, and I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zip ties. The factory install manual says to use 4 plastic ones. I just feel that these stainless steel zip ties are going to do a far superior job, especially over time. As the plastic ones age, they get brittle and they'll break. This should last the entire time I ever owned the vehicle. So let's slip this in and get to the oil drain lines underneath. Right, Julia? You gonna help Dad with the tools? Julia's been helping hand me the tools out here today, so she's got her pliers there and she's ready to work, right? We figured out that these style hose clamps are the ones that are supposed to go on the drain line here as well as at the bottom. I was just aligning the drain line to fit with the bottom return line. I went ahead and measured in the middle here, and we're going to be taking out that much material. So we're looking something like that there, and I'm really glad I spent the time to get that T powder coated because it looks way cleaner. And the fitment is good here. Just go ahead and route the other line from here to the other point here. Let's go ahead and attach these screws to the main bracket here for the bolts. Gear wrenches for the win. If you guys don't have a set of gear wrenches, get yourself some. This is what's going to be different in the system, is there's a plug that goes over the old outlet. This is your new outlet here at the flange or at the T. Okay, so we're working with the return line now, and you're going to have to extend it because this is too short to reach up to the oil separator. So this is going to be your new line, and how you know that is you've got the blow-by valve in there, and it's the same when you remove this and you look inside. But when you look inside here, you can see you got a blow-by valve in the old hose. So that's attached, and I'm going to go ahead and reuse the black clamps. They're going to look way better than all those stainless steel and finish ones. I got to adjust the height of the can, it's a little high. But this last return line with the actual valve in it is going to go right here. It's going to attach here, and then it just goes down to the intake. Just like that. You can kind of see that with the way that that one fits on this lower one, the actual breather hose that outputs the oil to the oil inlet on the catch can. It's a little long and it's a little kinked up, so I'm going to cut off probably about 10 millimeters, or cut off like 5 to start, and that'll allow the catch can to be able to pivot and rotate a little bit away from the brake lines here. How much material I removed, so let's line that up, see if it fits better. That's how much I removed from this section here, and now it fits absolutely perfect. So it's got a nice downward angle to the catch can, and it fits nice and good around the brake lines and everything. So yeah, I'd say that that's pretty much done. And as far as tolerances, I mean, look how close these are. These are probably like 4, maybe 5 millimeters apart, that bolt to the charge pipe there. So it was really well engineered and designed. Come around to the back side and you look at the ABS. You got about another 5 millimeters between that and the bracket. So everything lines up very, very incredibly. Thank you, Nismo and Nissan in Japan for continuing to make this kit. I know I waited a long time to get it, and I thought it might be discontinued, and then I thought maybe it's going to go on the Heritage program, and I was, you know, still lucky and able to get this thing. I think I paid like $380 or something roughly. You know, I don't remember.
I don't have friends. I got family.
Let's get underneath and see how that all lines up. We're gonna go ahead and remove the oil drain return line off the rear turbo. Put you guys in there so you can see good looks. There's a couple of just hose clamps. We'll take those off. We'll pull that off, and we'll start plumbing the T drain adapter. Lighting in here probably isn't the best for you guys to be able to see, but hopefully you guys are getting some type of footage that you can see. This is pretty easy to reach this stuff. So what I'm going to do to make this easier to take off the oil drain line, I'm going to go ahead and just remove the actual 90-degree oil drain elbow. And you got two 12mm bolts that hold it on. You can get straight up to the one. See if I can get the camera back there so you see. You can get straight up to the one back there pretty easily and reach it. This one, since it has the this oil bracket for the oil and water lines there, it's really hard to get in there. So I'll just show you what type of wrench I used. So this is my setup. I've got a 3/8 inch wrench, and I've got a 3/8 to 1/4 inch adapter with some 1/4 inch extensions, a 1/4 inch swivel adapter, and then all the way up to a wobble socket. And the reason you need the wobble socket is you need something small enough that'll slip past that oil drain or that oil and water line bracket and be able to get onto the nut. You can't use a traditional normal size socket. It doesn't have enough space to get into the hole. Trying to get you guys a little bit of an angle on that, and it's probably upside down, but I'll just invert the video. But looks like that. I've got all my different swivels and everything, and I can reach the reach out all the way up into there, so it does work. You can't get it off with the turbos on the car. So yeah, let's get this finished up and get these oil drains off and get to work here. And I'm still working with this stupid nut right here, if you guys can see it. There's no way to reach two fingers in there to back it out, and you can't keep a wrench on it because it won't fit past the oil and drain line there. You just can't, it won't fit past and slip over the nut or over the bolt. So what I'm trying to do is stick one finger up in here and basically like slowly work this thing out, and it's just taking forever. You can't get two fingers up in there to work it off, so what a freaking pain in the ass. The one thing that would have made this job way easier to do is on this one line right there, if this line was located like 3 millimeters more this way, you could easily just get a normal frickin' socket over that and just go straight into it. But man, what a frickin' stupid design from Nissan. Okay, so now that this is loose, we can just go ahead and pull this bracket out. There we go. And we can just easily pull that up and off. So far up to this point, this has been the trickiest and kind of most complicated process, is just to get access to that bolt. So hopefully this this wrench setup and all these different adapters and sockets helps you guys when you get to your installation. So it should save you a little time. It took me a little while to figure it out, the right combination anyway. I sure love my GoPro Hero 9, man. This thing gives me so much more space to work underneath the car. It's impossible to use my primary camera underneath there. It's just too big. But this is what's off. We're going to go ahead and put on this adapter. So that's going to have our new return line from the positive from the PVC oil blow by, and then this is going to go right into the pre-existing drain plug line, just like that. So that's what it looks like with the oil drain line on there. So let's go ahead and slip this back up and to position there. Also comes with a new gasket in the box. We'll go ahead and install that. All right, guys, we've got the drain installed, the T. So you guys can see it's in there, and I've got all the bolts attached on each side. And yeah, so you can see I've got the line coming down. This is coming from the Nismo oil separator from up top. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull that back out because you guys can see how close this is running to the turbos and the downpipe and the exhaust, and we don't want this melting and catching on fire. So we're gonna heat wrap that. And then we can go ahead and put the drain line back in. All right, guys, I'm doing the last little part underneath here. And the biggest pain in the butt is getting the second oil drain line that comes out of the T here and goes down into the oil drain pan. And in order to get it on there, what I did is basically crammed it all the way down as far as I can down to this end. That gave me enough play to basically bend this at a 90 and then slowly work it on with like a flat head. Just bent it and then kind of like pried it over into position. So it's finally where it needs to be, and I can just kind of work it up a little bit more. So let's get a look at this now that we're done here. So we've got the drain line return from the T, and then at the top here we've got the oil separator line that comes down into the turbo outlet and drains back into the oil pan. So pretty simple design. Just wanted to get a really good video of all the blow-by hoses. So it starts here by the intake manifold fuel rail side, comes up, goes up to your first valve cover. This is your original factory hose, which you installed the T. Goes back over to the other valve cover, and it's capped off. From the T, it comes out. It's got a nice downward, probably 2-degree angle that goes to the catch can. The original breather hose that came out here and went down to the intake is now being fed out of here. So that comes down around and into the bottom of this intake area. And then the drain line comes down and that drains through the bottom of the oil back into the oil pan from the rear turbo. That's where I picked up this oil separator kit. I bought this from Right Hand Drive Japan, and I'll have a link in the description down below. And according to them, what the holdup was as far as back order on these is Nismo had changed their supplier on these, I guess, and there was a little bit of quality control issues where they weren't meeting Nismo standards. But They're supposed to be readily available according to Right Hand Drive Japan and available for you guys to purchase. So hopefully you guys can get one. I'm not sure what the price was, but like I said, I paid less than $400. So hope you guys can get one. It is a cool part. Plus, there's a bunch of other kits over in Japan that you can get, and you can do top secret or whatever other brand you want to do, and it usually puts your catch can up front somewhere in like the battery area over there. And the only thing I don't like about that is the big breather lines that run across the engine bay. I think those are really ugly. And then you have to deal with another canister of oil that needs to be drained occasionally, which the big thing with the Nismo oil separator is the fact that it has the oil return drain line that just goes right back down to the bottom turbo. So all your oil blow-by goes through here, goes into the canister, and it drains down, and then the exhaust pressure that comes out is just sucked right back through the intake with no oil, being that this is higher. So the outlet is higher and the inlet is lower, and it just uses gravity to drain down. Leave me some comments down below. I had fun doing the install. There was pretty much no information on the internet about this oil separator, how to install it. The only thing I could find is a couple of pictures on Google, and those really helped me figure out how to assemble it since the instructions were written in Japanese. Well guys, we are all done with the video. I hope you guys liked it. I think the install was pretty straightforward, came together pretty easily. Just a little bit of trimming here. Had to take off about 1 inch on this hose, and then cutting in the center, and everything lines up perfect. Brackets and everything fit good, and I couldn't be more excited. I'll put a few pictures up of all the oil blow-by I had last summer at the track, and I've got a lot of peace of mind knowing that, hey, if I turn up the boost and I get any oil blow-by, it's just going to go right back down into the oil return drain through the turbo in the rear, and I don't have to worry about anything. So I'm pretty freaking excited. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching the video today. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm trying to hit 100 likes on this video, so smash that like button. Let's hit 100 likes. I think this is a good video and it's worth it. But anyway guys, thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you guys later on the next one. Take care. Peace.